What's going on, everyone? Mike Kadlick, Tayler Kyles here for CLNS Media outside of Gillette Stadium, and it is the first day of the Drake Maye era here in Foxboro. Head coach Jerod Mayo confirms the news this morning to us. Drake Maye, rookie, number 3 overall pick, will be the team's starting quarterback moving forward. A reminder, we are powered by PrizePicks and Game Time. Head over to PrizePicks, use code CLNS for $50 instantly when you play $5, and head over to Game Time, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. So Taylor, the day is here. They're turning the tide. They're turning it over to the rookie. The locker room, we were just inside. Good vibes, I would say, overall. It seems like players are confident. One player told me excited that they are moving forward with Drake Maye. So, what do you think? What are your vibes? What is your, what are your thoughts? Can he do this? What do you make of them turning the team over to Drake Maye today?
It's nice at least here that the team does, like you said, they sound confident in him. That was a word that Jonathan Jones continued to mention. He talked about how when he was on the scout team early in his career, he played against a certain quarterback where you can see in a quarterback's eyes how much confidence they have. He said that he's seen that in Drake Maye. And everybody seems to be rallying around the young kid, which, you know, when the decision was made, obviously there were reports that the team hadn't heard about it.
Yep.
We actually had to confirm that Jacoby Brissett and Drake Maye knew about the decision on Monday night. So the team found out through social media, but the quarterbacks already knew what was going on. Yep. And to have that support from the team, because Jacoby Brissett, everyone acknowledges, the word warrior is constantly thrown around when you bring him up. It's acknowledged how many hits that he had to take and how he was put in a very difficult position. But it sounds like the team is ready to move on to this new era. And I think that's not so much a surprise because they are on a 4-game losing streak where the offense has been pretty, I don't want to say putrid. What's the word? Stagnant. Let's go with stagnant.
Not great. We'll be nice and say not great. Kendrick Bourne also relaying some confidence in Drake Maye. Says that Maye actually has a faster 40 time than him, or at least he said that it was at least before his injury that Maye can move around a little bit, make some plays. So Bourne likely to be unlocked a little bit as he returns from injury, but also a lot of young guys on this offense right now. Jalen Polk, Kayshon Boutte started at wide receiver last week. Obviously, Demario Douglas is their third wide receiver in 11 personnel. So a lot of youth moving on this offense, not even including a guy like Javon Baker, who is struggling to get on the field. Demontre Jacobs, young tackle, starting on the right side. Brian Hudson was elevated last week at center. He's one snap away from potentially being that starting center for this team. Does it help or hurt Drake Maye that he's surrounded by all these young guys that, while they don't have a lot of experience, he's actually been practicing with these guys on the second team and scout team?
So with the offensive line, I think it's still a rough situation. That's just what it is. You know, Drake Maye had to play at some point. This seems like one of the best offensive line situations that we're probably going to see for him. Now, Demontre Jacobs has gotten better the past couple weeks. Still a long way to go as he gets used to the Scott Peters and the strike system, but he has shown growth this weekend. Going to be a huge test, though, facing off against Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson. Then Brian Hudson, obviously, you don't want him to play. You hope that doesn't happen because that's a guy who doesn't have much of any NFL experience. He's an undrafted rookie, so that would not be good. But the receiving core, I actually am excited. One, you mentioned Demario Douglas, someone that Jacoby Brissett didn't have great rapport with, but someone that even Drake Maye himself mentioned that is similar to Josh Downs, who was his favorite receiver, Drake Maye, during his first season starting at UNC. So hopefully we see more of Demario Douglas, specifically downfield, where I feel like his talent hasn't been used very much. And then Jalen Polk. These guys have been working together literally since they got on the field together in the spring, staying late in practice, trying to get their rapport to improve. I know that we've seen Jalen Polk start to kind of show up the past couple weeks, but I think with Drake Maye, not only his arm talent, but his willingness to be aggressive and knowing when to throw the back shoulder versus when to put air on it and let Jalen Polk run under it. I think that's going to be huge. And then Kayshon Boutte as well. He's been impressing ever since the Jets game when he started getting snaps. He's been blocking with good effort. He's been getting open. And he's someone where we saw in the preseason and in practices, a lot of the main groupings with Drake Maye was Javon Baker, Jalen Polk, and then Kayshon Boutte. So hopefully he has more rapport with those guys than maybe Jacoby Brissett had. Obviously, he's been mixing in because he was still getting 30% of the reps. Now he's getting the majority of the reps with the first team. So receiving core, I think it's a potential positive. Offensive line, TBD.
Going to be exciting. We'll see how it plays out. The Maye era is officially here in Foxboro. Again, Patriots naming number 3 overall pick, rookie quarterback Drake Maye, the team signal caller for the remaining 12 games of the season. Make sure to keep it here on Patriots Press Pass. We'll have reactions all week to the news. Game here behind us on Sunday against the Houston Texans. Drake Maye's first start. So keep it locked in, rate, review, subscribe to the channel, and like this video, and also keep it on CLNSmedia.com for all of our written work.